Namaskar. Om. Today we'll be dealing with the Shankara Bhashya of Bhagavad Gita, the 14th shloka. So we have seen that Atma is eternal, the soul is eternal, there is no destruction. यद्यपि आत्मविनाश निमित्तो मोहो न संभवति नित्य आत्मा इति विजानत तथापि शीतोष्ण सुखदुःख प्राप्ति निमित्तो मोहो लौकिको दृश्यते. Even though after getting the knowledge that the Atma is eternal and without destruction, one will not have such a delusion of my Atma, my soul getting destroyed. He will not have such a delusion. But still, he will have sorrow and happiness. That will not be removed by just the knowledge of that Atma is eternal. And we are seeing that in the our experience, in the worldly experience, we see sorrow and happiness to people. Sukha viyoga nimitto moha. So we have, when we lose something which is pleasurable, like our good car, we are losing a job. So when we lose something which we are having, we'll get sorrow. दुःख samyoga nimittacha shokaha. Not only that, when we have some unhappy incidents, we will have sorrow. So this happiness and sorrow will come depending upon our worldly experience. Iti edat arjunasya vachanamashangya bhagavanaha. So Lord Krishna, considering these facts, these doubts in Arjuna's mind, is coming out with the next verse. Matra sparshastu kaundeya shitoshna sukhadukkada agamapayino anitya stam stirikshasva bharata. Matra sparshastu kaundeya. The senses, when they are interacting with the sense objects, it will produce Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. Heat, cold, happiness, sorrow, etc. Agama, Payino, Anitya. They come and go. They are transient. They don't stay there. If somebody is having happiness today, he may be in a sorrowful mode tomorrow, because these things come and go. And Krishna says, Tvam tidikshasva bharata. You have to bear with these things. You have to practice forbearance or tolerance. Tidiksha. Matra abhimiyate shabdadah iti shrotradini indriyani. Shankara Bhashya, Shankara says, Matra, the meaning of Matra is explained. Miyande, it measures the sense objects. If the sense object is ear, it measures the sound. So the senses are called Matra. Matranam sparsha shabdadibhi samyoga. And sparsha means those sense objects which are coming in contact with the senses. They are sparsha. So when there is a contact between the senses and the sparsha, sense objects, what you get? Sitoshna sukhadukkada. You get heat, cold, pleasure, happiness, sorrow, etc. Sheetam, Ushnam, Sukham, Dukkham, cha prayachati. So you get all these experiences when there is an interaction between sense and sense objects. अथवा स्पृश्यन्ते इति स्पर्शाविषया शब्दादय मात्रा च स्पर्शा च शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदा. So because of these sense objects, the sense objects are touching the senses, he may be using the word sparsha. Krishna is using matra sparsha, maybe because of its contact, maybe because the sense objects are coming in contact with the senses, he uses sparsha. शीदम कदाचित सुखम कदाचित दुःखम तथा उष्णम अपि अनियत स्वरूपम. So the heat and cold may produce sorrow and happiness. And in the winter, the early stage of winter, when there is cold, it is comfortable. It will give pleasure. But when it is dipping too much, that the same cold will be painful. So like that, heat and cold, sometimes they may be giving sorrow, sometimes they may be giving happiness. Sukha-dukhe puna niyada-rupe eto na vyabhijarada atatabhyam pratak shitoshnayo grahana. But as far as this sukha-dukha, that is sorrow and happiness, they definitely give pain and pleasure to the people. There is no change in that. Yasmate matra spashadaya agamapayina agamapaya shila tasmat anitya. So these pleasure, pain, heat, cold, they are just fleeting. Agamapayino, they come and go. They are not permanent. Hence it is anitya. They are transient, impermanent. Atatan shitoshnadin tidiksha prahasva. So what the Lord Krishna advises is, you have to do tidiksha. You have to bear with these difficulties. It may be sorrow, it may be happiness, it may be heat, it may be cold, but what you have to do is that you have to show tolerance. Your mind should not be disturbed. You have to keep your mind calm in spite of all these sorrow, pleasure, heat, cold, etc. And we know what is titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratigara purvakam. So we have to bear our difficulties without reacting to them. That is titiksha. Sa titiksha nigadhyate. So harsham vishadam cha makarshi. So you should not show undue response, undue pain or undue happiness when you are having some difficulties like sorrow and happiness. Shidoshnadin sahada kim syat. So Krishna says, why you have to follow titiksha? Why tolerance is important? Why you have to practice forbearance? The 15th shloka, Krishna says, Yam hinna vyadhayandyade purusham purushashabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrudatvaya kalpate. Yam hinna vyadhayandade purusham purushashabha. So that person who is not troubled by this sorrow and happiness, sukham dukkha, these things come and go, and that person who is not troubled by the worldly sorrows and worldly pleasures, such a man, dhiram, we can call only such a man a brave man. Others are not. So only a man who can uh, tolerates the sorrow and happiness alike. He is Dhinam. He is the brave man. Only that man, so amritatvaya kalpade. Only that man will be fit for realization or fit for liberation. Only he will be able to comprehend this knowledge. Others will not. Yem hi purusham samadukha sukham same dukha sukhe yasya tam samadukha sukham sugadukha praptu harsha vishadarahitam dhiram. So what we have seen, when the things which are sorrowful, when such things are coming, keep your mind calm. Oh, let it be there. I know that these things will happen. Na vyadhayandi, he is not disturbed. His mind does not become sorrowful. He is not lamenting. Na chalayandi, nitya atma darshanat yede yadhokta sitoshnadayah. Because of his vision of Atma, vision of soul, he knows that the Atma or soul is bliss. It is without destruction. It does not have any transformation. No harm is done to the soul or Atma. So one who realizes that is not perturbed by the worldly things. Yede yadokta sitoshnadaya sa nityatma darshana nishto. Because of the knowledge of Atma or soul, because of the ever blissful, ever eternal knowledge of soul, Atma, will keep that man beyond sorrow and happiness. So he knows that his true nature is the soul, and the soul is eternal and is bliss. It doesn't have any transformation. So after realizing that Dvanda Sahishnu, he will be in a position to bear all this heat, cold, sorrow, happiness, etc. Amritatvaya, Amrita bhavaya mokshaya kalpade samardho bhavadi. He becomes fit to realize the self. So only man who can keep his mind brave, who can see the sorrow and happiness states in an equal way, only he will be able to comprehend this knowledge and reach the state of liberation or moksha.